Hey, Connor Letourneau and Scott Ostler here at the Warriors Team Hotel here in downtown Portland, Oregon. We just got out of Warriors availability where Steve Kerr made a kind of a surprising appearance. It was supposed to be Mike Brown and Bob Myers, but after Mike Brown spoke to us, Steve Kerr came in with Bob Myers and addressed us, letting us know that he will not be coaching in Game 4. And right now, his status for the rest of the playoffs is in doubt as he deals with nagging pain, the cause of which is still unclear, but obviously it seems like there's a good chance it's related to the back surgery he had in July of 2015, which has given him a ton of problems the past couple of years. He said that the symptoms got worse over the past 5 days to the point where he just couldn't coach yesterday in Game 3. Where do you think this leaves the Warriors?
Well, I think, Connor, for the playoffs, I think it sounds kind of callous. I think they're in good shape for the playoffs because they have Mike Brown, who they brought in to be kind of knowing that he can fill in on a thing like this. He's a big-time coach. He's been here before to the finals. And so I think it's not that the team is on automatic pilot, but they're in good hands with the package that Steve Kerr has built. And so in terms of especially this series and maybe even in the finals, they're not going to be severely affected or impacted by Steve Kerr not being here because he's done such a great job. But we're talking about long term, even beyond that. We could be looking at maybe he doesn't come back next year. I'm not trying to over dramatize it, but it's actually.
But you know the fact that he's stepping away in the playoffs, it's pretty serious.
Yeah.
And the fact that he also did say he wants to make sure that he does not come in and out. He doesn't coach for a game and leave for a game, coach for a game. He wants to make sure that he's healthy long term, which makes me think it's not super likely that he'll be back, at least in the near term.
Right.
So I think you make a good point about Mike. Steve said today that last night when he watched the game from the team hotel with his son, every time that Mike made a substitution, he was right on point with what Steve was thinking.
Yeah.
So he feels confident. This is obviously a big reason why they hired Mike in July. But I'm more curious about whether or not this is going to take a little bit of an emotional toll on the team. I mean, they've obviously been through this before, but Stephen Curry seemed a little bit, I don't know if emotional is the right word, but he was definitely concerned about Steve yesterday in postgame, mentioned that he was giving him the game ball and had him in his thoughts. And so I know that it'll be motivation for them, but I'm also wondering if it kind of will sidetrack them a little bit.
Yeah, some teams in the NBA, they kind of tolerate their coach, I think. And they listen to him a little bit, and he's the guy because you have to have a coach. In the Warriors' case, I think it's a little bit different because I think the players, who are all veteran, smart players, have really come to respect and look to Steve for leadership. And when he's not there, I think there's a vacuum, there's a hole that can't be replaced by Mike Brown or anybody. And like I said, it's probably not going to impact them. They're not going to go out and lose 3 games in a row or anything else. But his lack of not being there will be felt by the team, I think. And we saw that. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we saw that last night. At the end of the game, Steph Curry makes sure he goes to the ref, gets the ball, tucks it in like a football player, and hands it to Bob Myers and tells him to give it to Kerr for the game ball. So.
It'll definitely be interesting to follow. I think that's all. I'm Connor.
I'm Scott.